Good night, good morning, and good evening. This is Hentai Happy. Thank you for tuning in. Today, I'm gonna do something a bit different, primarily because I've been really busy for the past week. Like I said, April is like the start of the new year in Japan. So I've been commuting to work with a 3 hour commute on high traffic times and a 1 hour and 40-minute commute during early mornings, so when there's nobody there. So it's been hard on the body and the soul, basically. And because of that, I decided to rent an apartment in the area that I'm commuting to go to work. However, upon renting the apartment, there seems to be a bug infestation. So, what I did, like any other normal human would do, is I called the exterminators. And they said, due to the time that you called us in this season right now, it's not wise to get exterminators because not all the bugs are out yet. So, just to recap here, I'm commuting 3 hours one way and 3 hours the other way. And I'm going to be tired some days. I'm not going to be able to make it. I need to fall asleep somewhere, right? So I rented an apartment. But I can't use the apartment that I'm paying for renting right now for sleeping purposes because of the season where they can't exterminate the bugs. So I have to wait until it gets hot enough until all the bugs come out. And I saw indicators of jumping spiders. You know, the ones you saw in The Legend of Zelda? Well, they exist in Japan. Anyways, because of that, I'm extremely tired, and I typically go to bed at 8 o'clock p.m. Japan Standard Time. What I like to do is I like to put on YouTube. Sometimes it's a podcast, or sometimes it's ASMR. And I just listen to that and go to bed. You know, a lot of things have happened this past week. The disappearance of Coach Red Pill and the resurfacing of Coach Red Pill, thank God. I was extremely worried for the guy. He's a beacon of free speech, and he got himself captured by the SBU, which is the Ukrainian secret police, and he's lucky he got away with his life. But like I was saying, you gotta spread the word about him. You gotta let the authorities know. You gotta let people know that there are people who care about him and who are looking for him. This way they won't dare do anything to him. But the thing is, according to the Quartering's video, he's not able to leave the Ukraine. I had hoped he could leave the Ukraine for Poland or any other country and not stay where he was persecuted. But we'll see what happens to Coach Red Pill. And in other news, we had just some guy have a total freak out and meltdown back in March. I'm not exactly sure. I don't consume just some guy's content. I was never a fan of just some guy. He appeared on Nerdrotic's cast around 4 months ago, probably even before that as well. I just didn't like him. I didn't like his voice, and I immediately noped out of Nerdrotic's cast. When I heard his voice, I was like, nope. And that was one of the only times that I'd left a Nerdrotic cast, man. FNT featuring just some guy. I just couldn't handle it. I I don't know. Maybe it's some type of ESP, self-preservation, that rang or something. But I couldn't handle his voice, so I immediately left. So basically, this guy, from what I can tell, right from the situation that Rekieta posted about the almighty Loli's video, which is a very well made video, Rekieta basically destroyed just some guy, used him as a rag to clean the floor and the walls and the sewage off the toilet. And just some guy, this guy's opinion is very strange. I feel like he's projecting what he feels about his adoration for people from his community. Just some guy is actually a male to male type of guy, right? You could say that he's just some gay as well. But, he's into that sort of thing, right? And he was defending the pedos. He was defending these people that made the song where they said they were going to come for your children and they were going to convert them to the LGB soup. And he was saying that, 20 years ago, if they were singing this, everybody would take it funny. And it was so funny, and no repercussions were to be had. But you see, on those actual photos or panels of the people singing the Coming for Your Children thingamajig, there were some registered offenders of the law on there, kitty diddlers, as they say. And he was outright defending them, which is kind of disturbing. So, good thing I never really got into his content. Good thing I never actually saw him. Besides that one time on Nerdrotic, that guy gives me the creeps, to be honest with you, just some guy. Anyways, he went into hiding. He purged his Twitter following and went into the underground. I think one of the presidents used to say this, so there's a quartering. Sunlight is a good disinfectant to all the bad ideas. But what happens when the sunlight is there and it's burning those ideas, but the self-preservation kicks in? That self-preservation is, I'm not going to endure the sunlight. I'm going to go to the underground and I'm going to lose the limelight for now. The UV rays are too powerful. So I'm going to go hide like a rat. That's just what he did. So that's the current situation with him. I urge everybody to go watch Rekieta's video on this situation and the almighty Loli's video. Both are two great videos to consume. Very cool. Beyond that, we have Discovery buying DC and Warner Brothers. And Discovery, the big company that has the TV station, is all for streaming. Right now, they're trying to keep their company above board, and making profit is their target, their aim. That's what they want to do. And as soon as they acquired DC, the board of directors and executives started fleeing the company out of fear of cuts, because they know that cuts are coming, right? And with a contract of 500 million, J Abrams, his job isn't safe because the first thing Discovery said they wanted to do was cut $3 billion from Warner Brothers in DC with a goal to input all content via live streaming services. So they're thinking about whatever streaming service they have, Discovery and HBO. They're going to merge these two streaming platforms together. And hopefully, they will end the wokeness. So yeah, it's been an eventful week. I really want to get into Star Trek The Next Generation. I want to watch it. I watched the first Star Trek before, I think it was Enterprise. Not exactly sure what it was called. I watched it 16 years ago with my mom, with William Shatner. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Now I want to get into the TNG. The one where Pogo has his song, you know? That was a pretty cool song that Pogo made with Picard and Data. I want to watch that. Yo. So I'm going to set up a studio in the apartment over there. And it's going to be something basic. We're going to have some streams. We're going to drink some booze. We're going to smoke some cigars. Should be a good time. Should be a good time. Oh, yeah. And I was looking at the Quarterings feed, and I saw that Elon Musk is going to force his way to buy Twitter. You know, hopefully when he buys Twitter, he can clean it up to a point where, you know, he can just erase everybody's bans, everybody's tweets, and everybody can start anew with the new rules that he's going to make or he's going to alleviate. There's some crazy people out there that are comparing Elon Musk to tyrants. But we know the countries listed in It's a Gundam's amazing video on this subject. We know those countries and how their internet works. And they have actual tyrants. There's no free internet. All right? Over there, they're all prisoners. Yo. Well, guys, this was just an update. I also had to replace my muffler and my mid-pipe on one of my cars because the joist, I don't know what you call it, man. I don't know what it's called. The mandibles, I don't know what it is. That thing got loose and it fell off. So I had to replace that. So there was absolutely no time for me to play Elden Rings. And I so want to play Elden Rings sober. And I want to beat Godfrick sober. Because last time we were totally woozy, bro. We were totally woozy. I want to see his reign of terror come to an end. Oh yeah. Good night, good morning, and good evening. This was Hentai Happy. Take care. Actually, no, that was false. Give me a second. Yeah, we were talking about, you know, Rekieta and whatever. And I watched the trial coverage of Johnny Depp on his channel. And I gotta say, Johnny Depp laid the pipe on Rottenborn. It was hilarious. He absolutely destroyed him with his sarcasm and his wit. It was a sight to see. Oh, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Depp is going to win the case. I feel like the situation is rigged against him. No matter what he does, the narrative has to win. The message has to win. And I'm not for that. You know what? I feel that some people, sometimes they deserve discipline. And I feel like justice needs to be wrung in the court of law in Minecraft. I don't know. So far, from what I'm seeing, Heard is insane, unhinged. She dresses like she's about to go to Home Depot. That's right. I said it. She's about to go to Home Depot. What do you got to say to that? That's what I feel about the situation. And that's it. I'll catch you in the next one.